Disclaimer. Before watching this video, please read the following disclaimer text carefully.
Welcome to the fifth episode of our series Excel for FP&A and Cost Management. In this video, I will continue our discussion about the advanced using of SUMPRODUCT Excel function. Also, I will try to show you how to use some other important Excel functions in practice using actual case studies of global companies. But again, this will be only for education and learning purposes. Let us start immediately with the first example, the average daily trading volume indicator. Our case study is one of the largest global cement producer. It is Lafarge Holcim.
As stated on the CFI website, the Corporate Finance Institute, the average daily trading volume, or ADTV, is a technical indicator used by investors that refers to the number of shares of a particular stock that, on average, change hands during a single trading day. The average daily trading volume can be calculated for any span of time, 5 days, 10 days, etc., but a commonly used ADTV measure is the average trading volume for a period of 20 or 30 days.
The days of trading volume of September is 14 days. You can count it by select cell F4 to cell F17. It's 14 as you see. Also, we can calculate it using SUMPRODUCT function as you see in column G. Don't worry, I will discuss this formula in the next example. In cell J5 type equal SUMPRODUCT, then select cell A4 to cell A17, the daily trading volume of September. Divide the total by cell J4, the number of days we want to calculate for September. Now you can repeat the same in cell K5 for October and in cell L5 for November. By click on this image of Lafarge Holcim, you can go to similar data source, but again, this example only for education and learning purposes.
Now, let's discuss another concept. The 5 periods weighted moving average using SUMPRODUCT. Our case study is one of the largest global building material producers. It's Saint-Gobain. But what is weighted moving average, or WMA? As an overview, WMA is a type of the moving average that traders use for generating trade direction and making a buy or sell decision. It can be calculated by multiplying each point in the data set by a weighting factor. Don't worry, I will discuss this with 2 concepts in another video. The simple moving average, the weighted moving average, and exponential moving average indicator. It will be an episode in the other series of Cost Management, How to Build Your Financial Model.
In this example, I will apply the 5 periods length, that one of the common moving average methods. We will use the most recent 5 periods of the selected sample months. In column C, we will assign 5 sequences as a weight sign. The number 5 for the day 16th of December, and the other weight for the other last days. To calculate the weighted moving average of 5 periods for December 16th, we need to divide each number by the sum of numbers to find each number's percentage value. For example, in cell D3, the weight calculated by divide 5 in cell C3 by 15, the total of cell C3 to C7. And in column H is the closing price. But don't worry, I will discuss this again in separate video. but let us focus today on using the SUMPRODUCT function. In cell O5, I will try to calculate the weighted moving average of 5 periods for December 16th. Type equal sign, then SUMPRODUCT. Select the cell C3 to cell C7, which represents the weights. Then H3 to H7, the recent closing price. Finally, divide the sum total weight of 15, which is the sum of the weights in cell C3 to cell C7. You can repeat the same for cell L5 of September, M5 of October, and N5 for November.
By click on this image of Saint-Gobain, you can go to similar data source. Again, this example only for education and learning purpose. Now a comprehensive example, by using a lot of Excel function. Let's discuss another way of calculating the weighted moving average. Our case study is one of the largest global building material producers. It's Heidelberg Materials.
To simplify the calculation, you need to do some steps. In column D, we need to show the months in way can be read by SUMPRODUCT function. In cell D4, type equal month to select the function of months. Then select cell 4, then enter. As you see, this will read the month on the date of cell C4. Copy the formula to the other cells in column D. As we said before, we need to calculate the number of periods. We can count it by select cell 4 to cell D17. It is 14 as you see, but let us calculate it by using the SUMPRODUCT function for the selected cells in column E. Type equal SUMPRODUCT, then double negative signs. Do you remember? So SUMPRODUCT can read it as a value, not text. Now open parentheses, type months function, then select cell 4 to cell 68 and press F4. This represents the date. Close the first parenthesis, type equal month again, then select cell 4, close the three parentheses. In this formula, we ask the SUMPRODUCT function to count all the months in column C by reference it to the date of the same cell in the row. In column F and column I, these two ways of generating weights automatically. Yes, you can generate your weight automatically by using the sequence function, but it's not our day, okay?
Don't worry, I will discuss this again in detail in another episode about the difference between using the SMA's simple moving average and the WMA and the EMA.
Now an interesting and very important example for monitoring and analyzing the sales of products. Our case study is the Swiss Cement Group, a subsidiary of Heidelberg Material Group. Again, the shown data is not real, but proposed for tutorial purpose only, so it will be used for the educational purpose only.
In column C we have 5 product types, represent some of the products sold by Suez Group. It's linked to the master data sheet. In cell K3 to P3 it's the 6 months of May till October. In cell K4 to P4, we need to calculate the sold quantity for all the product types in monthly basis. Again, for the product types in column C. Now it's easy to use the same SUMPRODUCT formula we discussed before. In cell K5, type equals SUMPRODUCT, then select cell F6 to F149, the total sold quantity for all product types. Then type comma, double negative signs, open parenthesis and type month function, select cell B6 to cell B149, finally type equal K3 and close the two parentheses. In cell K7 to P7, analyze by product type, by using a drop-down validation list and dynamic image. Again, don't worry, I'll show how to use the dynamic image, also apply a hyperlink to image in the upcoming episode. Now watch how it works. In cell J8 from the drop-down list, you can select the product type, and as you see you will get the sold quantity in monthly basis for each product type. Also, the interesting thing, the image of each product type will change every time you select a new product type. Did you also notice the update of the data in the other rows? For example, cell K9 to P9, the percentage of the quantity sold of each product type, to the total sales of all product types for the same month. Also, cell K12 to P12, the monthly sales of each product by customer code, in cell J13. Also, cell K14 to P14, the percentage of the quantity sold to each customer, to the total sales of one product type for the same month. Also, cell K15 to P15, the percentage of the quantity sold to each customer in 1 month, to the total sold quantity to the same customer during the 6 months. For rows 17, 18 and 19. Cell K17 to P17 the target sales quantity, comparing to the actual sold quantity, and the variances in cell K18 to K18. Also, the percentage of variances in cell K19 to K19. In cell Q17 you can click the dynamic image to go to the target quantity. By click on this image of Suez Cement Group you can go to similar data source. Again, this example only for education and learning purpose. You can know more about the product types of the Suez Cement Group.
Another good example of using SUMPRODUCT function is illustrative 2. In this example you can calculate the sales quantity, the sales amount and the contribution margin, by reference to the region cell O2 and the packing type cell N2. Both cells are based on drop-down list, with multi-compound formulas in cells P2 to T2. Can you see the formulas? Also, can you type and use these formulas by yourself? I think you are familiar with these formulas now. If you would like to receive a copy of this worksheet, please feel free to write your email in the comments of the LinkedIn post to this video. But it will be for illustrative 1 and illustrative 2 only. The other illustrative will be with the next episode.
Would you like additional resources related to our episode today? Here you are amazing resources by Minda Tracy, the co-founder of my online training hub and a professional Excel expert. I will put the direct links to all these tutorials and articles by Minda. Now don't forget to follow the next episodes of both two series. The one of our series today, Excel for FP&A and cost management, and also don't forget to watch the other series about cost management, how to build your financial model. See you in the next and upcoming episodes.